Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because the NFL landscape is shaking once again, and the Washington Commanders are right at the center of the storm. It's not every day that you see a blockbuster trade rumor that could completely reshape the NFC East and potentially the entire NFC playoff picture. And believe me, this one has the fans buzzing louder than ever. So what's the big story? Well, it's about Lamar Jackson, the dynamic quarterback from the Baltimore Ravens, and there's growing speculation that he might be heading to the burgundy and gold. Yeah, I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but the details are out and they're pretty eye-opening. Let's start with what we know. Adam Schefter, one of the most trusted NFL insiders, dropped a bombshell on the night of November 18, 2025. According to him, the Ravens, who have been struggling a bit this season, sitting at a 6-4 record and dealing with internal turmoil after their recent loss to Pittsburgh, are actively listening to serious offers for Lamar Jackson. And they're not just contemplating small deals, they're in talks about a package that could shake the league. The Ravens are reportedly asking for a first-round pick in 2026, which is top 10 protected, a second-round pick in 2026 from Washington, and a conditional first-round pick in 2027 that would become null if Washington doesn't make the playoffs that year. That's a hefty haul, but it shows how highly Baltimore values Lamar and how desperate they might be to shake things up. Now the real kicker here is Lamar's performance in 2025 despite the chaos around him. Even with an offensive line that's been destroyed by injuries, Lamar has been putting up some serious numbers. He's completing 2% of his passes, more than respectable, and throwing for nearly 3,000 yards with 22 touchdowns and just 6 interceptions. His quarterback rating is an impressive 112.8, and he's also been a major threat with his legs, rushing for 812 yards at an average of 6.8 yards per carry and scoring 9 rushing touchdowns. Plus, Lamar's EPA per play is leading the league at plus 0.44, which means he's not just making plays, he's making the most out of every single one. His PFF grade is around 94. And he's been explosive on the ground with 48 rushing plays of 10-plus yards. Sure, he's taken some sacks, 28 to be exact, mainly because of the offensive line issues, but that hasn't slowed him down. Actually, he's been a leader in comebacks, with 4 this season, proving that even when the odds are stacked against him, Lamar finds ways to bring his team back from the brink. Now, imagine Lamar in Washington, especially with the coaching staff we have in place. Dan Quinn orchestrating the defense and Cliff Kingsbury running that air raid offense. The projections from PFF Labs are insane. They say Lamar's addition could boost our total EPA per dropback by around 28%, adding roughly 800 yards of total offense from scrimmage. That's a game changer. The offense would jump from being a mediocre 22nd in the league to a top 5 unit practically overnight. Think about Terry McLaurin stretching defenses deep, Dotson working as a reliable slot, and Austin Eckler checking down in the flats. All of that becomes much more dangerous with Lamar under center. It's a perfect storm of talent and scheme fit. He would turn the Commanders into a true playoff contender, possibly even a Super Bowl favorite. And the timing couldn't be better for Washington. Right now, we have about $42 million in cap space, and that's enough to make a splash. Looking ahead to 2026, we're sitting on around $108 million, giving us even more flexibility to make moves. Taking on Lamar's cap hit, estimated around $58 million in 2026, doesn't seem so daunting when you consider the potential reward. The odds of winning the Super Bowl, which have been languishing at plus 8,000, could skyrocket to plus 2,200 with Lamar in burgundy and gold. I mean, a quarterback like him, with MVP talent running this offense, that could be what finally pushes Washington over the top. We're talking about a franchise that's been close before, but just hasn't had that one piece to push us into elite territory. Lamar could be that guy, and honestly, it might be the shot in the arm that the entire fan base has been craving. Now, let's talk about the coaching staff. Bieniemy returning as our offensive coordinator. That's a huge plus. His offensive mind combined with Lamar's playmaking ability could turn this team into an absolute nightmare for defenses. Imagine Lamar running the quarterback power, then spotting McLaurin streaking past the secondary, or Dotson slipping into open space in the slot. Every play a potential game changer. Eckler out of the backfield as a check-down option would be lethal, especially with Lamar's ability to extend plays and find the open man. The chemistry in this kind of scheme would be off the charts, and it would make our offense not just more explosive but also more unpredictable. Of course, with all these rumors swirling, there's a lot of uncertainty. Will the Ravens actually pull the trigger? Will Washington be willing to part with those draft picks? And how will Lamar's salary cap hit fit into the bigger picture? That's what makes this story so fascinating. It's a high-stakes chess game, and the NFL insiders are saying the Commanders are very much in the mix. The possibility of Lamar Jackson donning the burgundy and gold is no longer just a pipe dream. It's becoming a real, tangible option. As we look at the bigger picture, this potential move could redefine the NFC East. The Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants are all formidable, but adding Lamar to Washington's arsenal would give us a huge boost in both talent and confidence. It's not just about winning a few games. It's about making a serious statement that the Commanders are back in the big-time conversation. With Lamar leading the way, the franchise could finally shed years of mediocrity and step into a new era of winning. So, fans, this isn't just speculation or wishful thinking anymore. The NFL world is watching, and the potential for Lamar Jackson to become a Washington Commander is more real than ever. Whether it happens or not, it's exciting to see our team being mentioned in these conversations. It shows that we're on the radar, that we're a team with ambition and the willingness to make bold moves to compete at the highest level. The coming weeks will be critical, and we'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. One thing's for sure, if this deal goes through, the NFC East will never be the same, and Washington fans will be talking about it for decades. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the question is simply this. Can the Commanders pull off this historic trade and elevate our team to Super Bowl contention? It's a bold move, but one that could pay dividends for years to come. Lamar Jackson, with his unique blend of athleticism, intelligence, and leadership, might just be what Washington needs to finally break through and establish itself as a true powerhouse in the NFL. The NFC East has been a battleground for years, but with Lamar on our side, we might finally have the edge we need to dominate. And don't forget, the excitement isn't just about one player. It's about the potential transformation of an entire franchise, a new chapter that could see the Commanders rise from the ashes and reclaim their place among the league's elite. The fan base is hungry for success, for a quarterback who can lead us to glory, and Lamar Jackson fits that mold perfectly. The rumors are swirling, the stakes are high, and the NFL world is watching closely. This could be the move that defines the next decade of Commanders football. So what's your take, Washington fans? Are you fired up about the possibility of Lamar Jackson suiting up in burgundy and gold? Do you think this trade could be the spark that finally pushes us to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts below because your opinion matters a lot to us and to the future of this team. We'll be keeping a close eye on all the developments, and I'll be back with more updates as things unfold. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep pushing for greatness. Washington Commanders, let's make history together.